So guys, I got a story for y'all today. This story actually takes place in North Carolina. And this is about my crazy teacher. Okay? So, my teacher, right, right off the bat, she did not like me. She did not like me at all. Like, if something would go wrong in the classroom, she would always say it was me. Without any proof it was me. Why not just say it's Raymond, right? But she would always blame stuff on me, right? And one day, I walked into the classroom, and the whole classroom, it's like the desks are like organized different. So it's like your normal desk combined with 3 other people's desks, right? So then that makes like its own little table. And each desk, like in each group, would have each group would have one moon desk, and each group would have one star desk, like like stuff like that. And she put bins full of papers on the desk, like on the table type desk type things. And they were doing their project, because I usually in projects I usually help out, but this class was just so confusing for me. It was English, by the way. I'm just not good at that class, but I was just like, I didn't know what to do, so I was just like chilling. And so I had my paper, right, and it was on this desk. It wasn't on. Nobody was using that desk. I just put it right there because that's where I wanted to put my paper. And some kid, he takes my paper, and bruh, I don't understand why I didn't say, give me my paper back, because that crap really pissed me off, man. Like, for real. I didn't understand why, like, he knew that wasn't his paper. Because I put that paper right there. And that guy's super careless and all that type of stuff. But, because I'm a nice guy, I'm like, fine, whatever. And the teacher, she starts looking in the bins when the project is over. She starts looking in the bins for the paper. For, like, each paper that we're supposed to have. And I didn't have my paper because somebody took it. And since I didn't have my paper, she was like, oh, Raymond, where's your paper? And I'm like, oh, I don't know where it is. I'm gonna look for it. And in the whole class, like, maybe a class of, like, not too many people. Maybe, like, 19, 17, something around that, people in the classroom. It's dead silent. And I'm like, and I'm just looking for the paper. Like, I don't know where the paper is. I know that I'm not going to find the paper, but I'm just still looking for it. And the teacher, she's just looking at me. And then I look at her because, like, I don't understand. Like, I'm looking for the paper. Everybody's staring at me like, you're staring at me, bro. And she's like, well, aren't you going to look for the paper? And I'm like, then why are you looking at me? And then I didn't mean for it to come out like that. Like, when I said it, it was more like, can you just, like, stop looking at me? It wasn't like me trying to be rude or anything. But when those words came out, the classroom went crazy. They was like, yo, you heard what Raymond said? And the whole class went crazy, right? And they was like, oh no. And they was all going crazy. And the teacher, she's like, I'm in my mind, I'm like, Raymond, you done messed up. You're gonna get shot. That's it. Ya terminó todo. Yeah, that's it. And she was like, Raymond, I'm finna kill this motherfucker. Sit down. And I sit down, and she gives us this whole speech of how this classroom has to ruin everything, blah, blah, blah. This is the worst period I ever had, and stuff like that. Like, she was, like, being rude and stuff. And she gets so furious, bruh. We had bins, the bins on the top of the tables, and it was full of paper. And we had, like, maybe 7 tables of bins with paper. And she got so pissed. She got the bins, and she just went like a frisbee, and she threw them shits to the, like, across the classroom. She threw them shits across the classroom, and they just exploded on the wall, right? And then she did it to every single table, bruh. And it's like, in my mind, I'm trying to act cool and stuff. I'm like, come on. But in my mind, I'm crapping my pants because I honestly think she's gonna, like, punch me in the face. Because she was furious at me, man. She was furious. And, and when she finished throwing it, she was like, it was like, this was at the end of the period, so there was, like, maybe, like, a minute left until class ended. And then she was like, when it ended, she's like, get out of my classroom! To everybody. And the second I walked out of that classroom, everybody was like, Raymond, why you have to ruin everything, bro? This is your fault. Like, trying to blame everything on me. But it was that kid that stole my paper. And the next day, no, this was Friday, all right? This was Friday. So we would come back to school on Monday. And on Monday, everybody, I guess, trying to be cool with the teacher and stuff, like, this is their chance, like, oh, maybe this is my chance to get a better grade or something. They was like, are you okay to what Raymond did to you Friday? Are you all right? Are you okay? Are you okay, Miss Fletcher? Are you okay? And they were, like, all getting on their knees for her. And it was so unfair, bro. Like, they was like, and I'm just, like, watching. And I'm like with my friends, too. And we just watching everybody getting on their knees for her, bro. For real. They was like, oh, Raymond, Raymond, why'd you have to do that? Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, did you forget what she did? She threw the freaking bins across the classroom, and you're saying that it's she's crazy. She's crazy. And it's like, for the rest of the year, like, she would just, this happened last year, like, in 8th grade. So, for the whole year, like, if there was, like, some guy named, like, Victor or something, and he would come into the classroom, she would be like, hello, Victor, and Victor would be, hello. And it's like, if I would, like, she would say hi to everybody. But when I would get to my classroom, this is how it was. The classroom was right here. I came from Spanish class. It's weird because I already know Spanish, so there was no point. But I would come over here. I'd go all the way up the hall to get a drink. Then I'd go all the way back down to come to the classroom. And me and her, like, bruh, and the walk all the way back to the classroom, that was long. So me, like, she would just stare me in my face, bruh. Like, she would just stare me in my face, and when I walk into the classroom, she would not say hi to me. She did not like me for anything. And the whole year, she was just giving me problems and stuff. Like, you know, like, out of everybody, she was just giving me problems and stuff. Like, for no reason. Me with that. Like, one time, like, I did all the notes. But there was, like, this one part that I missed, like, this one graph thing. And the graph literally had, like, 8 words in it. And I'm like, and she's like, Raymond, are you writing this down? I'm like, yeah, I wrote it down. And then she searches my paper. And then she gets mad because I don't have, like, these 8 words. And then she's like, no, you don't. And I'm like, man, I just couldn't wait till that year was over. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of my crazy teacher story. This is my first video. I'm probably gonna be putting this on YouTube because I got a lot of stories about this, so I might as well put it on YouTube. So since no, what am I saying? Oh, give me a second, I forgot. Oh yeah, so that was over. And yeah, so that's the end of my story. This is my first YouTube video, so yeah. I'm like this. It's like since this is my first video, it's probably not gonna be that good, but over time it will get better. And follow me. I'm gonna put the links in the description. So follow me on Instagram, and I actually might be making a Twitter. So if I end up making the Twitter, I'm gonna put it in the description too. So peace.